my god, Penton, you're back at it again with our third SCP review that we get to read today. Well, not today, but like, this is the third one of theirs. The very first one we got to read of theirs was 2261, and the second one was 2476, which was last weekend. 2476, let's look it up, that one again. 2476, that must have, yes! It's the Mister from Dr. Valentine, who is very much into the Monty Python, the Holy Grail movie. Like, they are very into it and can make you very into it. Which was absolutely, that hit me. That was has a little soft spot in my heart, I gotta say. So Penton, you got Soul Beacon as your next SCP. I gotta also say, your previous one was also Community Policing, which was 2261. I believe I remember this one. 2261. I believe that's the one with the police. Yeah, the police just make noises, like they're in a siren, and you believe that they're actually inside a car chasing you down. Which is also, again, another one. So it has a soft spot in my heart. So Penton, so far, you know what's up. You have done good work, Penton. I hope you see my videos on your video, and yeah, which was cool, by the way, guys. I did have somebody, the author of 2042, which doesn't have an author's page. They did see my video and commented that, like, yeah, they appreciate that I got to read it. It was really nice. Like, I always forget, like, the authors themselves could see my videos and actually, like, react to that. It's always a nice time when that happens. All right. Soul Beacon. Here we go. Object class, safe, neutralized. Special containment procedures. SCP-2492 is contained in a standard anomalous item locker at Site 17. SCP-2492 is not to be plugged in outside of testing. Description: SCP-2492 is a bedside lamp measuring 370 times 100 millimeters. Weird way to measure that. You can just say 37 centimeters. Okay. SCP-2492's anomalous properties will activate when it's plugged into a standard BS-1363 wall socket switched on and a single child between the age of 8 and 9 falls asleep within close proximity of SCP-2492. Several minutes after the child has fallen asleep, -1 will emerge mid-air within close range of SCP-2492. -1, what are you doing? What are you doing, Step-1? Hopefully this doesn't do anything horrible, otherwise that joke will definitely bite me in the ass. -1 is a predominantly incorporeal entity resembling a disembodied right humanoid arm. With a maroon skin tone and severe bruising, scarring, and several missing nails. -1 is capable of touching and feeling displayed when grasping various furniture. And other objects in its surroundings. -1 is capable of altering its own length by extending further from its manifestation point and shortening itself back towards it. And here we have SCP-2492 prior to containment. Man, we all have one of these lamps before. When manifesting, -1 will first emerge reaching outwards towards SCP-2492, then begin feeling around the room until locating the child present. -1 will then attempt to move towards the child's head to feel their facial features in great detail. -1 will often interact with the child in various ways, such as stroking its fingers through their hair, resting its hand on them, or brushing its hand against their cheek. After a varying period of time, it will move back towards SCP-2492 and switch it off before retreating back into its origin point and dissipating. Oh, it's just a hand that's just like, oh, you fell asleep, little guy? That's fine. Okay, good night. Turns the lights off. You left the lights on, silly boy. Let's hope that's all it does. Wrong button. Anyway, you're not fully in picture. There we go. When manifesting, the actual, yeah, Children one has interacted with has shown no signs of distress or discomfort when touched by it and will not awaken in its presence unless provoked by an outside source. If a child begins to awaken within its presence, -1 will retreat back to its manifestation point until demanifesting. Okay, that... Imagine just waking up and you just see a disembodied hand just like... just moving away from your face. Discovery log. SCP-2492 was located in England in the house of Patrick after reports of an intruder infiltrating the premises and later being found deceased. Is that see? That again, that's exactly what I would think. If I woke up as a kid and I saw a hand just like floating away from me, I'll be like, Mom, Dad, clearly somebody's in the house. Police reports show that the criminal had infiltrated the house at night and entered the room of Patrick's son, Gregory, for unknown purposes. Interviews with Gregory revealed that the intruder had apparently been grabbed by what he described as a floating hand. Oh, wait. Described as a floating hand before killing them via strangulation and then moving towards his bedside lamp and disappearing. Oh, so there was an actual intruder and the hand was like, no, you leave that child alone. So it just looks like... I cannot do it like... So... It just looked like this for the child's perspective. Just a hand from out... Just like a intruder like, what the fuck? Where is his hand coming from? Yeah, like, did they test every else they could think of the non-work, or did they just guess it? They probably, well, we find out by the discovery log. They probably figured out something that had to do something with a child. Well, let's see. When interviewed, Patrick claimed that he had found the lamp while searching a spare room several weeks after moving it in on 2014. The bedside lamp was later taken into Foundation custody and later given SCP status. An investigation of past owners of the house containing SCP-2492 revealed it to have originally been purchased by the house's previous owners, Thomas and Margaret, deceased traffic collision. SCP-2492 had apparently been used by the couple's son Milo as a bedside lamp. Thomas claimed that they had forgotten to bring SCP-2492 along with several other items when moving. Yeah, how exactly does the Foundation get kids for testing kidnapping, most likely? No, there are some ways that they do ask for permission. From like there was like a trampoline that they needed kids for testing as well. And they just like basically pretended like it was like some sort of school trip. They do have ways to like the guardians were there, you know, like somebody to like look over the children were there. But the Foundation, of course, lied what the trampoline actually does. So they do have some ethical, roundabout ways of asking kids to participate in the tests. Yeah. Addendum 1. Addendum 1's physical state has begun showing increasing signs of damage with each manifestation, bearing greater levels of damage to pre-existing scarring and bruising. These injuries do not appear to heal over time. -1 has shown increasing signs of discomfort, often trembling while moving, and when pressure is applied to its injuries from objects it interacts with. Scarring and bruising appear to worsen as -1 emerges from its manifestation point, which may imply the act of manifesting itself to be responsible for its increase in damage. Okay, so every time you have it, every time you don't turn off the light, the arm comes back more and more injured. Despite these factors, -1 continues to manifest with each activation of SCP-2492 and continues its standard behavior despite its continued signs of physical distress. I think that's how it became neutralized, right? Because after a while it probably had so much damage it just couldn't come anymore. Testing of SCP-2492 has shown there to be a recurring change in -1's behavior when it interacts with children who share a distinct set of shaped facial features with one another, all of which appear to match that of Milo. Details described in document A. Oh, is this like one of Milo's parents that died in a car crash? This change in behavior is expressed when -1 begins frantically feeling the child's face. After identifying facial features similarly shaped as described in document A, due to the age range of the children which activate SCP-2492's anomalous effect and the current age of Milo exceeding this limit, searching for children with almost identical facial feature to Milo for use in testing has been approved. There will probably be amnesticized later. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Let's not forget there's also that one SCP where a kid is stuck in a bus and it has like the bus creates clones of the kid, and the Foundation said we can use this kid as a D class. So that's another way how they have the kid testers. Addendum 2. Okay, so this lamp is definitely connected to Thomas and Margaret. Not sure which one of the parents it is, but it's definitely one of the parents that died in the car crash. And the arm is frantically feeling if it's like their kid or not. Okay, addendum 2 on. A child with near identical facial features to Milo was presented to SB2492. At this point in time, -1's physical injuries had significantly worsened, showing signs of intense pain even when simply making contact with the subject. After inspecting the subject's facial features for several seconds, -1 appeared to pause and repeat this process several times for the next few minutes. Afterwards, -1 remained still for several seconds while shaking intensely. -1 proceeded to wrap itself around the subject's head slightly and begin stroking the cheek. Despite its condition, -1 continued this for approximately 5 hours, trembling while doing so. -1 retreated back to its origin point after the incident, appearing less agitated than previously. This is sad. Addendum 3. -1 has not appeared since its previous mentioned test. SB2492 no longer functions despite all attempts efforts to switch it on and replace the bulb. Due to this, SB2492 has been declassified as neutralized. This is definitely one of the parents who in the car crash was worried that the child was not fine or was like maybe alone, and this lamp gave them a chance to try to find the child. It also sounds like every time the arm came to search for the child, it got more and more injured, almost as if like it was breaking a taboo. Like they're not supposed to be able to have the part of the, I guess in this case, soul, step out of wherever they are, heaven or hell, doesn't matter. But yeah, it looks like the moment they found, at least in this case, somebody that felt like their child, they were able to let go. They were able to be like, our child is fine. They're doing okay. We don't have to come back. It was the last time of a parent hugging their child and giving them some love before dissipating. Very, very. I like when SCPs have like emotional reasons to exist, and I like when it's neutralized because an emotion has been fulfilled. We had an SCP the last couple of weeks ago where like a dog owner, their dog got ran over by a car, and then like then the owner started seeing his dog in other dogs, like their dogs basically transformed into his dog visually for him, and then after a while it didn't happen. After a couple of years it didn't happen anymore because if his dog was still alive, he would be too old to live on, and that's why the effect stopped. The dog knew that the owner would be alone and sad without him, so he manifested an enormous effect for him to still see him, for his owner to still see his dog for years. And then once the age came where the dog would not be alive anymore at that age, that's when the effect stopped. So I think that it's always nice when SCPs are like that, when they're like 80% of neutralized SCPs are really sad. That's true. So I like this one. It's definitely a case of like a parent, again, mother or father, we don't know, but it's definitely a parent trying to find their son from the afterlife, and finally finding that child has released them. Now they can rest. I like when when anomalies are connected to emotional anomalies manifestation are connected to emotional reasons. In this case, a parent that wants to hold their child one last time by having a night lamp, which is also another thing if you think about it. The parent probably also knew, hey, our child falls asleep with the lights on. You know what I mean? So they're probably like connected to the lamp because like there's a high chance our child maybe has a lamp still and is falling asleep with that lamp on, and that's a way for us to, you know, give one last hug. But then like sadly the lamp got like transported to another family, so that child that they touched was somebody completely else. And it's also just, it's still sweet from them that even though it's not their child, they still will like, you know, gave them a pat, a little tap to the cheek, and turn the lights off because they're like, oh, you're not my child, I'm sorry to disturb you. It's just a very wholesome. It's very wholesome. And in this case, a parent that wants to hold the child one last time by having a night lamp, by connecting their soul to a night bedside lamp, knowing their child will probably leave it on. That is sweet. That is very sweet. We went from super funny to very wholesome and sad one. Can you talk a bit loud? Listen to the Russian national anthem right now. I can try, but I still have like more hours to read. I don't want to thrash my voice, but sure thing. Let me just increase the sensitivity of my mic a little bit, and that should do the trick. There, that should do it. Okay.